Lay back, kick and enjoy the ride. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the escape beat, just kicking. Yes. In a few more hours, I'm going to be kicking it with SWV and Escape. Anything you want me to do, I'll do it. Oh, but we got to go to DC, baby. We got to go to DC for that. How y'all doing? Today is July the 19th. It is a Friday. And finally, it's in the 70 degrees. Normally, it's been in the 80 degrees as soon as you wake up in the morning. Finally, I have a day that it is in the 70 degrees this morning. So it's a lot going on today, a lot we got to pack. That's why I came on here early, because I got to stay on schedule. Oh, you asking? What? Did I what? Could you repeat that? Oh, you say I'm doing my skincare. You don't see no sweat. But did I get my steps in? That's what you're saying? Come on in, y'all. Come on in. You want to know, did I get my steps in? You say all that talking, everything is nice, but did you get your steps in? Don't play. Don't play with your girl. I got my steps in. And as usual, somebody trying to come in. Look, I don't have no piece of paper there. Here you go. I'm at the top. Somebody else trying to come in. These people is steady. This is the third week. If you didn't start getting up early then, don't start trying to get up early. Why other people like to copy? That's what I'm saying. Like, I never said I was going to get the most steps. I'm not in competition with anybody but myself. What I said to myself is, I need to get my steps early, because if I don't get my steps in early, I'm not going to get no steps. Okay? That's always, let me do some with this hair. That's always been my strategy. I'm not in competition with other people, but other people look like they're trying to pull up on me. And I was actually a little bit late this morning because I didn't see the other girl who tried to pull up on me yesterday. See, she pulled up at 3. So I had to jump out my bed at 3:30 and hurry up and get my steps. But today when I got up, I was looking, and nobody to be found. Okay? Nobody was trying to pull up. Woo! So I was able to roll out of the bed at 4 o'clock and got my steps in. And I think I told y'all when I first started this challenge that somebody told me it's easy to get 10,000 steps a day. All you need is 3 30-minute walks. And if you're going out of your house, like in the neighborhood to walk, all you have to do is walk up 15 minutes and walk back 15 minutes. And that will give you your 30 minutes. Yo, I'm getting ready to break out in a sweat. Look, and I'm not doing nothing. Ooh, I'm going to get this hair off my face. That's what I am going to do. But happy with a little, finally getting a little hang time. There we go. Woo, get that hair up off my face, honey, because, woo, it's coming in. It's coming in, though. I ain't gonna complain. It's coming in. So let me see. Almost 5 minutes. Trying to give y'all some time to come in because, baby, I told you it's always something going on in my life. It's always something popping. And yesterday, we solved a crime. Mm. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Yesterday, we solved a crime. Now, I'm sitting up here funky because I'm just waiting. Y'all know I'm waiting for it to get light so I can go outside. So no need for me to take a shower now. Plus, I'm going to a concert and I want to take my shower. I'm actually going to wait till lunchtime to take my shower because I'm leaving at 3 to head to DC. So I want to be fresh. I'm going to wait till lunch. But I got my clothes on already to go outside and walk. How are you doing before I get into the shenanigans that I had in my area, honey? And video to prove it. Oh, y'all. Let me tell you something. Okay, nothing quench your thirst better than some water. As a matter of fact, when I was downstairs, today is recycle day. I'm still waiting for y'all to come in. Today is recycle day, and I had to break down a lot of boxes. But when I finished walking, I started walking at 4. I finished about 4:30, 4:40. I walk a little extra in the house. And I said, okay, I want to go live exactly 5 o'clock. So I got about 15 minutes to fill up before I go live. I said, let me go and get my recycle ready. Because sometime, baby, those recycle people come early as HELL. Yeah. Now, the trash people might not come till 2 o'clock, 11 o'clock. But those recycle people, I've seen them here by 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. They do not play. Woo. And I didn't have my recycle out. And y'all know we got a bunch of boxes. Woo. Oh man, I forgot to take my medicine. Y'all know they put me on some medicine for reflux, and I'm supposed to take it before I eat. So before I get off this live, remind me, take your medicine before you go outside. Because they want me to take that pill before I eat. And a lot of times, once I go walk, when I come back in, because it's downstairs, I'll grab me a yogurt and something to drink and come up here to my desk. So I got to remember to take my medicine before I go walk. Whew, so many things you have to remember. Well, y'all know I like to go into things, and I like to start with what's going on with me. And they want me to have reflux surgery. I don't know what it's entailed. I don't know what it's about, but they want me to have surgery for the reflux. Ooh. So I got to have a couple more tests for them to determine something or another, like these mammographies or something. I don't even know what it is about. Manometry, something. I got to have a barium swallow, another test, which I got some scheduled Tuesday already. But I will be having a surgery coming soon. I'm thinking probably September. That's what I'm thinking. Or maybe the end of August. I don't know. But hopefully it'll be cooler. It'll be in the hot part of the day. All right. Y'all here? Okay. Some of y'all oversleeping. That's okay. I hope my audio's all right. As a matter of fact, let me just go and click on YouTube and stop playing. Let me just click on YouTube and stop playing. Make sure I got audio. Just click on YouTube and stop playing. Make sure. Yep, I got audio. So We're about to go on a ride. So pay very close attention because I'm going to try to tell this in exact order of how it happened. So yesterday evening, my daughter went outside about 7 o'clock to check the mail. There was no mail. Let me see. I'm going to take the sound off. That's her. She's going to check the mailbox. I'm charging my car, so she had to move my charging cord. But she's going to check the mail. Then she came upstairs, and at about 8:11, I got a notification from Amazon saying your package has been delivered, and it was delivered in the mailbox. Now we're going somewhere with this. And it was nothing but a dog leash. See that little green neon dog leash? It says delivered yesterday, left inside of a mailbox. Okay? These are all clues. Somebody went to the mailbox at 7. At 8:11, a package was delivered. Okay. Oh, I gotta go back. So now what happens is, okay. Now what happens is, I'm sitting in my bed and I'm saying, my package got delivered. I'm saying my package got delivered. Should I go outside and get it? Somebody outside. Okay, this happened. Today is Friday. We found out, so it was Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday. I had to get my days right. Because I got to scroll back on this Ring camera. Okay. You may not want to come over here with the foolishness. You may not want to. Because we got them from all angles. Okay. We got them from all angles. Hold on. Okay. 6. Okay. 6. Okay. 7. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here she is going to the mailbox. She's going to check. You see the time is 7:14. The mailbox is, we have like community mailboxes. So she has to walk across, and that's the box over there in the top corner. So the mailbox is over here. So she checking the mailbox. Mailbox is fine. It's empty. Nothing in it. Again, I get a message saying, oh, you got an Amazon delivery. But by this time, it's 8 o'clock. And I'm like, well, it says they put it in the mailbox. I'll just check it in the morning. I go outside the next morning, like this time, after we finish a live, like 5 o'clock in the morning. I go outside and check the mailbox, and the lock is broke on the mailbox. Now, we've been using this mailbox for a year and never had any issue. But our little slot, the hole, you can't even put the key in it. It's broken. So we got cameras. The people behind us got cameras. The people on next to us got cameras. There's pretty much 10 cameras staring at you when you come to the back of where we live. And they're coming at you from all different angles, okay? So I pull out my camera and we see post office. You see who right there? You see who right there at the mailbox, right? You see the timestamp is 8:07, which coincides with the time you said you dropped Amazon off. So now we putting two and two together. So the Amazon package was delivered by a postal worker. Then we got you on camera pulling up. And baby, not only are you on camera, like we see you, going in and out the truck. You got packages in your hand. If I had the audio on, you would hear doom doom, like something banging. So she comes in and out the truck like 2 times. Here's 8:10. Is it moving? Here's somebody just walking by, but they nowhere near the truck. She's coming back to the truck. She's coming back out the truck with another package. So the time is adding up. So we're actually, because we have cameras though, we can actually see everybody that goes to the mailbox. I'll show you. So here's our neighbor that's behind us. He's going, but his mailbox is on the opposite side of ours. So I can actually zoom in and see what mailbox he's going into. So he's nowhere near ours. And thanks to this neighbor right here, he has the opposite side. So we're looking. So when she pulled her truck up, she blocked the whole mailbox thing. But from where he lives, he's seeing the opposite side. So he's seeing her at the mailbox. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Stick with me. Is you understanding? My lock was broken. I can only see the truck pull up to the mail. I can put you at the scene, basically, and with packages in your hand. I can put you at the scene with packages in your hand. But my neighbor, all we do is just call him. He usually works from home, but he had to go into the office. We just call him, okay? He said, oh yeah, I got the footage. We see you, shown, 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 okay? So we got the sound, but now we got the physical. So you're destroying government property because the mailboxes was placed there by the Postal Service. You're in your postal uniform, driving a postal truck, destroying postal property. Let me tell you something. My daughter called down to the office, and the first thing they said was, y'all gonna have to pay for it. Oh, let me show y'all the picture. I didn't show y'all the picture of what it looked like. Because y'all know I just be going in and in and in and in with the story. The lock at the top is my lock. The key would not even fit in this lock. The lock at the bottom is what they're supposed to look like. I'll show you what they all look like. So these are community mailboxes. We're number one. Now, the two boxes at the bottom are for large packages, and the key stays in it. So if somebody has a large package, the postal worker will open this box, put the package in, and then put the key in your mailbox and close it, right? What we noticed about this is maybe this was a new postal worker and she just saw keys down here at the bottom and she thought one of these keys would open these, which is crazy because why would we leave a key for anybody to open our mailbox? No, the system works like this. There's two package lockers at the bottom. The key sits in it until it's needed. When it's needed, they put the package in, and then the key that's hanging on the outside goes in our mailbox. So, shout out to the post office for one, because why did the supervisor come deliver our mail today? Or what they call them? The postmaster, whatever they call them. She came to deliver the mail today. And while she looked at all the footage, okay? She looked at it on the scene, and then we had to email it to her. And not only do you see my footage that puts you at the time you delivered my Amazon package, we got the footage of you jugging. We got the footage of you jugging on my mailbox. And what we found out was the supervisor said, they can deliver Amazon packages, but first they're supposed to get permission from the post office. Second, they're not supposed to have their uniform on when they're doing it. She was in violation of both. She never asked for permission to deliver Amazon packages after work, and she had on her postal uniform. And so this is what's so crazy. Sometimes people come to urban neighborhoods and they automatically think that the people in the neighborhood tear things up. This is a classic example. And even the postmaster said, do you know how long it took us to get these community mailboxes? It actually helps out the post office. You don't have to walk from house to house to house to house. All you have to do is go to one place and you can deliver all our mail. So it really helps them out as well. And she said it took forever for the post office to agree to put a community mailbox right here because we live in a private community. We got a homeowner association and everything. And a lot of people come to urban places, cities, whatever they call them, and they automatically think that the people tear up their own environment. And you would be amazed at how many times I have seen people that work at companies throw trash out of their car windows and keep driving. And now you actually got somebody on a government level tearing up government property. Okay. And that's my TED Talk about me today. Can y'all believe that? We done solved a crime over here in 4K. Okay. We solved a crime in 4K. Woo, my goodness. If I didn't live, I wouldn't have stuff to talk about. I'm telling you, if I didn't live. So let's get into a couple of little stories today. I'm checking outside, making sure it's not light. It's 5:33. We still got time. Okay. First, I want to go in with, I always like to do Friday something good. We have an African-American gentleman who has won the Tour de France for the first time in its 150th an 11-year history. And he's a Trian. And a Trian rider is the first Black cyclist to win the Tour de France stage. Etrian Banami Gourmet celebrates on the podium after winning the third stage of the Tour de France in cycling. The stage ended in Italy. So shout out to him. Shout out to all the Etrians out there. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And he got, look at that expression on his face. He like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. 111-year history. I don't hear nobody talking outside at 5:30 in the morning. Now, hold on. I'm the only one be up at 5:30. This early in the morning. Now, in other interesting news, I'm going to share with you this clip on my phone to make it easy. But there was a young lady who had to defend her dissertation. It's a common practice that they do when they're trying to get, their degrees or whatnot. But she had to do it like a couple of hours after giving birth. Listen what they're talking about.
Didn't exist.
Oh.
I wish photos like this didn't exist. It's not immediately obvious what's happening here, so let me explain. This is Tamia Brevard Rodriguez, who defended her dissertation from her hospital bed 7 hours after giving birth to this baby. This is Rutgers's celebratory, congratulatory post about this. No hint of them understanding that a woman who has just given birth should not have to defend her dissertation just a few hours afterward. There's no acknowledgement here or in the articles that I read of how this represents a toxic culture that is unkind, unwelcoming, and perhaps even hostile to women. Tamia has shared with reporters that she went into labor the day she was supposed to defend her dissertation. She was concerned that if she delayed her dissertation defense, she might not be allowed to graduate on time. So she decided to move forward with the defense after giving birth, merely hours after giving birth. And she notified her mentor, and this was the mentor's response. He didn't want anyone to give her sympathy, so he kept quiet, meaning he didn't tell anyone else on her committee that she had just given birth. Tamia's wife, Eliza, said, "It's incredible to uplift women and show how incredibly powerful they are. I hope that people really take away from this that women are strong and resilient, tenacious, ambitious, grit, and they can do anything." Everything she says is true, of course. But why should we have to be so resilient? Why should we have to be so tenacious? Why should Tamia have to defend her dissertation the same day that she has gone through one of the most traumatic events that a woman's body goes through? Why are the systems in which we work so rigid and so hostile to pregnancy and families that women like Tamia feel they cannot ask for reasonable accommodations when they go through something as traumatic and important as giving birth? Is Tamia resilient and tenacious and ambitious and all these things? Absolutely, yes. But my point is, she shouldn't have had to be. Her mentor should have been able to support her to be able to delay the defense and still allow her to graduate on time and make accommodations. The fact that they were unwilling to accommodate her in any way, and that Rutgers thought this was something to be celebrated rather than something that should trigger some introspection and a greater understanding of the processes within their graduate school that lead candidates to believe they have no choice but to defend their dissertation the same day that they give birth, is really disturbing to me. Tamia's dissertation focused on the pressures Black women face in predominantly white institutions. She deserves so much better than this. I wish photos
like this didn't. And that was her dissertation about the pressures Black women face in white areas. And here she had to defend her dissertation 7 hours after giving birth, because she feared she wouldn't be able to graduate on time. Mm, mm, mm. Oh yeah, I was gonna see what they were saying in the comments. Yeah, let me check. Let me check out the comments. Let me check out the comments. Honestly, a good mentor would have told her not to worry about it and handled rescheduling on her behalf. I'm not sure how far he could have pushed for her rescheduling, but I feel like at least 1 week would have pushed her off, wouldn't have pushed her off graduation on time. Not when Black women's maternal mortality rate is through the roof. Working full time as a pregnant general surgeon now and suffering for it. My heart bleeds for this woman. She did this as an achievement, disappointing. I don't know what this word is, but maybe y'all can tell me. I wish I could copy it so I can look it up, but it's not going to let me copy it. Totally dystopian. I'm sorry you don't have the support you need and deserve. Yep, somebody else told her. I would love to hear more about your experience and hoping to get that you get space to rest. When I told my nursing instructor that I was in labor, she said she would bring my laptop to complete my final. I angrily declined because I asked to take it and complete my practice early. She declined my request, but allowed 2 other pregnant students in our class to complete theirs weeks earlier. It was very much racially motivated. Then she had the audacity to celebrate me completing it 2 weeks postpartum. High functioning, stressful situations should never be celebrated. You know what? Y'all is going in on these comments, and I love it. Y'all is sharing y'all experience and y'all coming with the proof to back it up. She said, high functioning, stressful situation. Sound like PTSD to me, post traumatic stress syndrome. High functioning, stressful situations should never be celebrated. Let me see what people said about what she said. Let me see what people said about what. Oh, she getting so many comments on this. Just unacceptable. Sorry that happened to you, and you're so right. Similar situation with nursing school. I took my final online from the hospital after emergency surgery. Both nursing instructors encouraged me to just do my best because the deadline was firm. Why? Why is the deadline firm? It is so disappointing. So y'all can be off? It is so disappointing. Imagine being in a profession that vows to do no harm and they intentionally harm their colleagues. Don't come to the medical field. Don't come to the medical field because that's been going on. Yes, that's been going on. And nursing school is a whole different kind of beast that only those that have been through it can understand. And it sounds like you had a whole year layer of stress added to the unnecessary. What, I can't get the word out. Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. I'm so sorry you had to experience this. Wow, so sorry you were treated this way. It's just wrong. High functioning, stressful situations are fighting situations, not routine ever. Somebody said, thank you. Yeah, she definitely sounds malicious, condescending, and just trifling. This is when you go to the department head. Some instructors are just wicked. I was a new mom the last year of nursing school, and I asked if I could just take at least 15 minutes to pump. Y'all know you're talking about you want to get a baby some nourishment. She just needed 15 minutes to pump. The instructor told me that there are no breaks during clinical, and if something happened to my patient while I was pumping, she would fail me for the day. I tried for 2 weeks waiting to pump after 6 or 8 hours of clinical, sometimes getting feverish and in so much pain. I had to eventually give up breastfeeding so that I could pass clinical and graduate on time. Then at graduation, they were congratulating me and saying how beautiful my baby was. Wickedness. There were other classmates who were pregnant or recently gave birth and were given all kinds of grace and extensions. Ooh, definitely wicked because every hospital I worked in had pumping rooms for employees that were moms. At graduation, my instructor turned her head and didn't shake my hand. Ma'am really thought she was going to block me from succeeding. They definitely tried it, but God said, now, no way, and blocked any evil plans they had. They told me my sophomore year that they didn't think I had what it takes. I should change my major to social work. Then, when I graduated with my 1 year on my hip, they were like, congratulations, we knew you can do it. High functioning, stressful situations should never be celebrated. Pin this. Right. Would a man have been able to do the same day as having a heart attack? No man should have to do this from a hospital bed. I can't think of any surgery or injury that would qualify a man from delaying their defense. And if an injury were serious enough, would there be a mentor who tried to shave off sympathy for him? I wish there was a way for men to experience the fullness of pregnancy right through labor. Much in the way I wish there was a way for people to really experience cluster headaches and ADHD just to understand it a little. A good friend took a work call from her hospital bed and was hoarse due to being intubated. Oh my gosh. She was scolded by her team for sounding hoarse and unprepared. The toxicity needs to stop. Wow. I had to defend an applicant, not for my program, but who wanted to reschedule her interview because both the program coordinator and the department chair were, I don't know what this word is. I think she misspelled something, but maybe they were mad after she had a C-section to give birth. I'm like, she just had major surgery and can't sit for 6 hours for an effing interview. It's not rocket science. Okay. Yep. There are so many comments in here. I can't even go through all of the comments. There are 2,000 comments in this post. This has been going on for years and it does need to stop. It really does need to stop. She should not have had to do that. And we're going to end with this story about this Burger King. And I don't even know where this Burger King is at. I forgot where it is. But essentially, there was a lady that was working at Burger King, and she's a manager. And what she decided to do was hire some teenagers to help out for the summer. It happened to be that one of the teenagers was her son and some of his friends. And it started out as innocent, but all of them ended up losing their jobs. It's weird to me.
So I posted a pic 5 days ago about this teenager that got hired on a Burger King by his mom, who's the manager. And once he got on, he hired his friends on. Here's the pic. Just the mom in the middle, the son, and the three friends that got on. But here's an update of what happened.
They're shocked after being fired from the Burger King in Clinton. Now, this comes after the mother's teenage son went viral about a month ago for helping his friend get a summer job to stay out of trouble. Our Chris Fields tells you why they were let go in this exclusive interview.
Nepotism is the reason a mom claims she, her son, and his 3 friends were all fired from this local fast food restaurant. And they are not happy about it. In fact, they say with all the crime happening here in the metro, their jobs were like a safe haven.
I feel like it was a really good thing because we could have been out here doing violence and shooting and killing. But we went out and worked.
15-year-old Cordarian Valentine is upset that he and his friends, along with his mother, were let go from the Burger King franchise.
It was also, fun experience to get you ready for the real world.
Valentine's mother, Shakayla Dixon, was the manager at the Clinton store. She thought it was a good idea to bring 4 teenagers on board to earn some extra money before school starts in the fall. After hiring the teenagers, she was so excited and even posted a photo of them working on Facebook.
After the post, probably later on the evening, the post or whatever started doing numbers. I think he got to 1K at that point.
The viral post also caught the attention of actor Nick Cannon. He then posted the picture on his Instagram. It received more than 90,000 likes and hundreds of shares. Dixon says everything was going great until she received a disturbing phone call.
I got a call from my area manager and my district leader. And she said, we don't want to turn something bad good to something bad, but we have a couple of concerns. The concerns that she came to me with was the fact that Cordelia was my son, how much money they was getting paid.
She went on to say,
she told me that a minor is supposed to get paid differently than when an adult gets paid, but it was never brought to my attention beforehand. My thing was, when it came down to policy, I felt like if policy wasn't in play in the beginning, policy still should have been in play in the end.
Valentine admits losing his summer job is heartbreaking. He has always wanted to be a...
Okay, so you sort of get the gist of what's going on. I got a few questions, though, because maybe things have changed. I don't know, but why can't you hire teenagers? I mean, we live right by Six Flags. Both of my kids, that was their first job at 14, was to go work at Six Flags. So why couldn't she have hired teenagers? I mean, I have heard that if you work with a family member, one can't be on top of another. So I have heard that from other companies. So I can understand it from that way. But that would have just been her child that couldn't work there, maybe. Why couldn't the other teenagers work there? I don't really understand that part. So another point I want to bring up about this story is that I'm at the age where I remember when, let me before I say something wrong. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let me check my facts. Okay. So McDonald's was founded in 1955. I remember, because I'm over 50, I remember when there were McDonald's brand new in my area, brand new McDonald's in the 70s, 60s and 70s. Yeah, it came out in 55, yeah. A lot of these companies, McDonald's, Burger King, a lot of these fast food places are no longer owned by Americans. I'm just guessing. Because I don't see anything wrong with her hiring teenagers to work. Maybe she couldn't have had her son there, but the other 3, why did they have to leave? And these restaurants, chain restaurants that started in the United States, they was all about supporting community. But when they sold off, you don't get the same community support. Remember McDonald's, they used to fund a lot of community events. They would let you have the Happy Meals for the basketball practices or the beauty pageant you could have. It would be sponsored by McDonald's and all type of things like that. They don't do that as much anymore because I don't think a lot of them are still American companies. I really don't think they are. Now let's read. McDonald's was founded in 1955 in Illinois by Ray Kroc, a franchise businessman. The restaurant was the 9th McDonald's to open and the first on east of Mississippi River. Kroc was inspired to open the restaurant after seeing how quickly the McDonald's brothers served customers and how their limited menu allowed them to focus on quality. Kroc was also a distributor for the milkshake mixing machine. He was intrigued by the brothers' need of 8 of them. He became a franchise agent for McDonald's brothers and launched the McDonald's system, later known as McDonald's Corporation, in 1955. So there were some McDonald brothers. And I remember when McDonald's used to look like this. So a little bit of history, but and somebody said it actually started, the McDonald brothers actually started theirs in 1940 out in California. But anyway, these franchise restaurants don't have the same support for the community. Now I see Chick-fil-A does a lot in some areas when it comes to sports and different things like that. But a lot of these companies now, they do not support the community like they used to. So why can't she hire teenagers to work at McDonald's? I can understand the son part, but what was wrong with the other ones? And so what happened was McDonald's just let everybody go. So now this mother don't even have money to provide for her family. Let everybody go. And just like the little boy said, we could have been outside stealing, robbing, and doing all this and that, but we decided to get a job for the summer and make some honest money. And McDonald's, instead of capitalizing off of their story to bring more business, because remember at one time, the chain restaurants would advertise and say, oh yeah, you could start doing this, but you could own your own restaurant one day. Move up the ladder, do that. They don't even do that no more, Harley. They don't do that no more. So I think that's ridiculous. I don't understand. Maybe somebody else know about the laws, why she couldn't have the other teenagers working. Because I thought that was most teenagers' first jobs was fast food. And I know you can't be around the cooking machines and stuff like that, but you could help with cleaning up in the bathrooms and all this stuff like that. Anyway, today is Friday. It's light outside. It's time for me to go. I appreciate you stopping by, listening to me. What you think about my crime we done solved, honey? We done solved the crime over here. Anyway, see y'all on my next live. Peace, riches.